Welcome to Historically. I am Rolake Ademiju. On July 29, 1975, exactly 50 years ago, Nigeria experienced a major political shift. Without a single gunshot, a bloodless military coup brought an end to the nearly decade-long rule of General Yakubu Gowon, installing General Murtala Mohammed as the new head of state. The coup was quiet, calculated, and symbolic. At the time, Gowon was attending the organization of African Unity Summit in Kampala, Uganda, unaware that his government had collapsed back home. Yakubu Gowon's rise was born out of chaos. In 1966, Nigeria had just endured two back-to-back military coups. The first in January saw the assassination of top northern and western leaders. The second in July was a violent retaliation by northern soldiers that claims the life of Nigeria's then head of state, Major General Johnson Aguiyi-Ironsi. To restore stability in a deeply fractured nation, the military turned to a young and relatively junior officer, Colonel Yakubu Gowon. At just 31 years old, he became Nigeria's head of state, chosen not just for his competence, but as a compromise figure in any army split along ethnic lines. Interestingly, when Gowon assumed office in 1966, he was unmarried, making him Nigeria's first and only bachelor leader. It wasn't until April 19, 1969, at the height of the Civil War, that he married Victoria Zakari, a trained nurse. As First Lady, Victoria Gowon was admired for her quiet strength and grace, often seen as a soft counterbalance to the burden of her husband's wartime leadership. Gowon is widely credited with preserving Nigeria's territorial integrity during the Nigerian Civil War that happened between 1967 to 1970, a brutal conflict that tested the soul of the young nation. Following Biafra's surrender in 1970, Gowon declared a policy of no victor, no vanquished, launching the 3 R's: reconciliation, reconstruction, and rehabilitation. However, by the mid-1970s, the military high command lost confidence in Gowon's leadership, especially his perceived failure to transition the country back to democracy. On July 29, 1975, while Gowon was attending the OAU summit in Uganda, a bloodless coup removed him from power. The announcement came via Radio Nigeria, delivered by Colonel Joseph Garuba, his former ally and commander of the Brigade of Guards. General Murtala Mohammed emerged as the new head of state. Gowon remained in exile in the UK and later returned to Nigeria in the 1980s after receiving a pardon. Gowon is remembered for keeping Nigeria united during the Civil War. His slow pace in returning Nigeria to civilian rule tainted his legacy. He later earned a PhD in political science from Warwick University. Today, he is involved in faith-based and peace-building initiatives like Nigeria Prays.